Gorilla lies here oblivious of what is going on. It is one of the 18 gorillas that got a new name at the Kwita Izina, or naming ceremony, that takes place at Kinigi grounds in Rwanda. Locked in her habitat like her colleagues, the possibility of death from poachers is now higher than before because of its much sought after meat and skin.
Around the world, the ecosystem degradation has reached alarming proportions.
And for this reason, Rwanda has for the last 10 years held a naming ceremony to preserve and conserve one of the most endangered species in the region.
Rwanda hosted more than 1 million visitors, and thanks to these tourists, we generated more than $300 million US. And this is coming from 62 million US in 2000.
The function starts off with the gorilla namers accompanied by an entourage of women dancing to traditional songs. At this event, the gorillas cannot be coaxed out of their habitat, and so actors dressed in gorilla suits take their place. Rwanda's Prime Minister Pierre Habumuremyi then gives the firstborn a name, Birashoboka, which in Kinyarwanda means it is possible. Like for human beings, names for gorillas are based on the circumstances and conditions in which they are born. Charles Onyangobo, one of the namers at the ceremony, says he was inspired by the threats these animals face today.
I just felt that it's risky being a mountain gorilla, being an elephant, being a rhino in Africa today. And you just wish that, all animals would have the ability to be quick and to escape or to talk their way out of a crisis.
Leadership of Rwanda must be congratulated for paying great attention in the preservation of these animals.
To the Rwandans, gorillas are not just like any other animal. They are the country's biggest tourist attraction.
85% of our tourism revenues come from gorilla trekkers.
While there is a constant increase in the number of gorillas in Rwanda, the poachers still pose the biggest threat.
Gorillas are still hunted for meat and sometimes for trophies.
The Kwita Izina celebration is a highly cultural event which, according to the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the Rwanda Development Board, Claire Kamazi, reflects the tradition of the Rwandan culture where a baby was born and people gathered to give a name.
So we use the same culture to start naming baby gorillas because we thought gorillas are very important for our economy and gorillas are contributing significantly to our economy.
This year's celebration was held under the theme A Decade, Conserving, Empowering and Growing. Kwita Izina, also known as naming gorillas, is an important part in the Rwandan culture. Now, of course, each year, people gather on these grounds in thousands to witness this function of giving names to the rare mountain gorillas. Now, of course, it is understood that Uganda, Rwanda, and DR Congo are the only countries with mountain gorillas in the world. Sheila Nduhukire, NTV, Musanze District, Rwanda.